What do you do? What to do is your boy Squeezy Jibs. I'm just kidding. I need to come up with like some kind of intro that's like catchy and clever because I do want to like grow this channel. Like even if I can get 1,000 subs, as long as I get like some emails and stuff from folks who also resonate with my stories and my experiences and stuff, that'd be dope. Uh, I am getting inspired by watching Analyze with Saiyan Chan videos because he specifically talks about Colombia and his experiences with Colombia, and I kind of want to just give I guess, my brief history of Colombia and what my experience was like, why I went and everything. So before I went to Colombia, I was in a long-term relationship with a Filipino American girl that lasted like 4 years on and off. She was 12 years older than me, so it was a weird relationship, um, but yeah, she taught me a lot of valuable things, and she also inspired me to go to the Philippines because I wanted to start my own family, like any man. Like we all want to start our own families. We want to be men, and we want to lead, and yeah. And when I was with her, I felt like I was kind of settling. Like I was settling, like to not have a family and to just kind of coast. And for me, I wanted something more. Um, so I also put like the burden of continuing a relationship on her because I was leading the relationship in that. But but as soon as I put things on her and made it her responsibility, that's when she wanted to end it, like for good, for good. And I was also like just in a very wrathful state and listening to a lot of manosphere content and just meditating on like what to do in life with the nature of how broken our system is. Um, and I'm not going to get into all that deep stuff, but I basically reached out to some foreigner guy in the Philippines, and he has a successful YouTube channel, and he basically gave me some advice, and I kind of just told him my situation here. Like I have a bit of money saved. I was 32 at the time. Now I'm 33. I still have the same money saved. Um, and I told him like, hey, I am just working remotely, and he kind of recommended I need to travel, like I need to get out there. So that's what I did, and um, and yeah, life is not meant to be lived in a quiet desperation, right? And I feel like a lot of men in the United States right now are living in quiet desperation. So in order to escape that, I just decided to go to Colombia because that's the only country that was open. I originally wanted to go to the Philippines even sooner, back in like 2020 when the pandemic and everything happened. Um, but obviously that prevented a lot of stuff, and Colombia was the next best option. So, and then I don't know. I was just living in way too much quiet desperation. I just went there, bought my plane ticket, went there. It was a very rash decision to. It felt like a rash decision, but it really wasn't. I'd spent like 6 months apart from my ex, and I just needed to hit the reset button and do something different. And I'm glad I went. Um, as soon as I was down there, and within the first like month or two, I've met up with like a dream girl. I met up with several girls. It was actually quite easy. At first, I was thinking, getting down on myself like anybody would. Like I'm alone in this country. Like don't speak Spanish. Like what am I doing here? And but yeah, I had some good experiences. I'm glad I went. So I met some interesting people down there, and yeah, I guess I'll go into the stories a bit. So when I first came there, I remember, let's like really dive into the story. So I was listening to audiobooks and stuff. Like I just had my headphones on. I just got my backpack and literally just like went to the airport, Logan Airport here in Boston, and I just yeah, it's story time. So I just like paid like $300 for a plane ticket one way and just went. And it's funny too because uh, I think COVID restrictions were dropped back in like June of 2021 is when I went. And the flight attendant was saying like, "Oh, you need to get a COVID vaccination," and I'm like, "Those were dropped. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I don't have any COVID vaccine or anything." And she just let me on board because I was right. Um, and then when I went there, I just went to my hotel. I guess I booked a hotel in advance. Seemed like legit. It was in Medellin or Medellin, whatever pronunciation you want to use. And I basically was super scared. Like I landed in the airport. didn't know what to think, or I thought it was like super dangerous or something. I called the Uber guy and I told him like just go straight to the airport. Like I was super scared because he even wanted to like stop and get a drink of water. So like I was like so freaked out. I didn't want him to even get a drink of water. I like requested just to go because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was broken Spanish and stuff. And anyway, I went to the hotel, got checked in. The hotel was really fancy, and then I was feeling good because I'm like, yes, I'm at this hotel. And then I made another quick video, I think, on this channel, basically reminiscing about my friends back home because I know I was splitting up from them for like quite a while. So I sent them like Facebook messages and showed them some photos or something, and then called it a day. And then I was just working remotely from within, or no, I wasn't even working remotely. I took some like vacation days off, like a whole week off or something like that. And yeah, it was great. I'm super happy I did that because it gave me time to just like reflect and like enjoy or like explore Colombia, like walk outside and actually have time to and energy to do things. I remember like one of the first things that I saw was that really just like shook me or resonated or like there's just so many things coming at once. But the first night, I saw like some girl and some guy in like an apartment from the other side of my hotel, um, just having a good time. Like the girl like hugged the guy, and you could tell they were like very passionate about each other. And I was just thinking, like, man, I would never see something like that so common in the United States. Just like two people like really liking each other, like showing like just pure affection and stuff. Um, and then later, I walked into outside my hotel room, and something I noticed is like a lot of girls they would like wrap the guy on a motorcycle, like they would put their arms like all around him. I was just like, wow, like we would never have that kind of thing happen in the United States. Like girls would never be that relied or be that like give their security away that much to like men. And it was this was not like a single time occurrence. This was like multiple motorcycles where I kind of saw that thing. So that gave me a lot of, or that just showed me the cultural differences of the United States and Colombia. So, and obviously everything was actually really nice in Medellin. Um, it was super bright and sunny. When I first went there, or when I was still in Boston, like looking at Google Maps and stuff, I thought it was going to be dark and slummy and ghetto and stuff, but it was totally nice looking and vibrant and colorful. Um, anyway, so not too long after, I think I went on Tinder, like my first day or two, and I was swiping and I met some like Indian girl from Boston. And she kind of gave me some advice. She told me like Rappi is how you order food or something like that. And I downloaded this app Rappi and I started getting food delivered to me. And then I would just like research things like Airbnbs because I felt like I was wasting my money at this hotel. So I should go to an Airbnb next, even though the hotel was like $40 a night. And it was like a 4-star hotel that was really nice. Honestly, it could have been 5-star. So anyway, I end up talking to that girl, and I also was, yeah, I think she was. I guess I'll just say it, but yeah, I'll leave the details a little hidden there. But anyway, this girl and I got along well, and we hung out, and it was like nice to kind of have somebody who I could like relate to from United States or whatever. Um, and then I actually met a Colombian girl. I actually am shaky on the details. I think I met a Colombian girl who spoke English, um, and I invited her to my hotel, and that was a good time. But she was also we went on like hikes and stuff, and I think we dated for like a week or something like that. She was a nice girl, but um, it was a little strange because I felt like I was chasing her a little too much, and then that was like turning her off. Maybe like I would go to her apartment and just hang out with her and her sister or something like that. It was just for me, it was a great experience. For her, it's probably like weird. Like, why is this foreigner guy just like coming to my apartment and like hanging out with me? And she also had like some kind of like job that she took really serious, but it only paid probably a small amount from like my standards. Like maybe to her it was like a real job or something. I'm not sure, but she also did not seem to keen on um like submitting to me or something like that. I guess is how I want to put it. Um, like I could kind of see her being a feminist in another light. So like for me at that time, I didn't want to like push too hard and push too hard to like make that relationship work because I'm like, okay, this girl would be like a feminist Nazi or something like that, or something like that. Like so many girls in the United States are like not capable of being, or like I'm not capable of getting with them because of their like mindset, I guess. So yeah, so I didn't put like I was a little bit like combative with her in one of our conversations later on because I just wanted to get along with her more and there was like some kind of resistance. Like the first few days there wasn't that resistance, so I was like cool. But then as time progressed, it was like there was more and more resistance. So I was thinking like, okay, it's time to just back off on this one and go look for another. So that's what I did. And then I talked to I think the let me think here. So I had a great time. Like I was already within the first week, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like so I found something here. Just being with another girl, and I went to like a language exchange because I didn't speak Spanish, right? So um, I met some friends there, quote unquote. Like one guy I think invited me to his home, and I spent some time with him and his family. And that's another story because, man, I'm gonna have to break this into multiple parts. I don't even know how long I've been recording. Um, but yeah, that was just like within like the first week or two. Like so much happened within that week or two, and I just compare that to my life in the United States now, and it's like so much time passes, and it's like uneventful. Like it's just me working, getting up in the same old day, and just rinse and repeat. So I definitely want to get that experience of like new adventures and stuff. But I'm gonna have to break up this story because I have so much to kind of tell about my Colombian adventures. Um, and I also have some photos and stuff, but I need to probably sort them because there might not be YouTube friendly. Um, at any rate, I think yeah, I think I'll pause this here, and I'll remember that the next part to talk about is the language exchange, and then the Indian girl a bit more, and then yeah, we can resume in part two, I guess. All right, take care.